Scores of Pegasi fall, their wings smoking and riddled with magic blasts. Of those on the ground, they are forced to crawl, to drag their bellies along jagged rocks at the base of the mountain. In the distance, a massive collection of clouds with strange buildings atop glows red and black, pillars of marble or cloud plummeting to the ground far below.
No! Harmony, no!
A lone Pegasus scrambles backwards, his back oozing from deep gouges where wing joints should have been, his hoof raised in a feeble defense, gibbering to the shadow-casting figure above him.
Spare us, please, Princess! No! No! Ah!
I can't quite make out your notes here, Sonny. What were the colors used for the celebration? This is like the worst hoof riding I've ever seen. Riding this bad should be illegal. It might be, even.
Sonny smiled, her cheeks lifting the bags under her eyes.
No getting out of fines for poor riding just because you're my friend, right?
Hitch laughed.
That would be nepotism, and is definitely illegal. So what does this say?
Sonny craned her neck over, reading from the letter she had written to all the delegations.
Well, there was some mention of whites and golds, which kind of makes sense with the sun, you know?
Yeah, so white and gold?
Pink and purple.
Why don't we do pink and purple?
Sonny swayed slightly on the spot.
Huh? How come?
Izzy, Phyllis, and Queen Haven all have some shade of them in their coats. It seems like the most neutral color we could choose.
Sonny lied, looking off in the distance.
Sonny, you okay? You're drifting off there. You're not having any more nightmares, right? At least you're sleeping tons, right?
Nope, no nightmares. I am sleeping. I just have a lot of it to catch up on, I guess.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to it then.
See you, Hitch. It sounds like you're doing great so far. I can't wait to see it when it's all done.
She hugged him tightly, patting him on his shoulders, and gave him a bright smile in farewell. After watching him all the way to the stairs, she turned back around, facing her bed with a drowsy yearning. A massive alicorn sits within a hospital room, her frame hunched over and bent awkwardly to avoid the dozens of machines and tubes and wires that spread across the room like spiderwebs. Her head is down, nestled in tightly to the neck of an elderly pink earth pony.
Not you too, Pinkie. Don't leave me, Pinkie. Not like the rest, not like all the others. I can't handle this anymore. It hurts too much.
Come on, Twilight.
Pinkie Pie raises a febrile hoof and strokes the elegantly long mane on her chest.
You're the princess of friendship. You will always have friends. You can always make new friends.
Twilight sobs quietly into the mane for several minutes before finally speaking, her words disjointed between choked breaths.
To watch them all die as well. I can only do two things, Pinkie. I can stop caring entirely so it doesn't ever hurt again. In which case, why bother? Or I can care and suffer 1,000 grievings before my own time.
You always overthink things.
Pinkie's hoof drops heavily to her chest, despite a shaky attempt to keep it up.
You can live a happy life for us. Be honest for Applejack. Be loyal for Rainbow Dash. You get it, right?
She coughs hard, and Twilight levitates a tissue to her mouth and dabbles away the spit that has gathered.
Go be happy and have fun. For me.
How can can there be fun without you?
There is silence.
Pinkie Pie?
There is silence.
Pinkie Pie?
There is silence.
So we fashioned these lift things out, kind of like those old balloon carriages under the transit station under the castle, right?
Right.
Sunny sipped a smoothie. They were sitting out on a bench overlooking the ocean. Zipp had suggested that Sunny try and get some sunlight before the event, and while Sunny believed Zipp truly cared and meant it, she suspected Zipp really wanted to be able to fly unrestrained while they visited.
And we're gonna do Pegasus flights around the bay with them, so earth ponies and unicorns can see things from our perspective. Get it? Huh? Through our perspective? Come on, up high.
Zipp descended so Sunny could clap her hoof. As she did, Zipp rolled around, laughing.
Up high, like...
You've been spending too much time around Izzy.
Sunny laughed, slumping back against the warm bench. Walking outside had felt like an incredible chore, even though Sunny's mind seemed clearer than it had been since her troubles sleeping first started. The bags under her eyes had gone somewhat, but her legs were thinner, her coat duller. Zipp was probably right, Sunny thought, finishing her smoothie with a rude slurping noise. She really should start getting out of bed and getting some exercise. She was wasting away in there.
Maybe. But that's only because I'm not spending enough time around you. I'm really glad you came out today.
Zipp landed on the bench and wrapped her foreleg around Sunny.
I'm sorry you haven't been doing well. Hitch and Izzy tell me your nightmares are all done, though. Awesome news, right? You just needed yourself some peace of home.
Lighthouse.
Yeah. I'm pretty much just building my energy back up. Tell you what,
Sunny returned Zipp's hug.
I think it's going to be all I can do to walk back to my hotel today. But why don't you get me tomorrow and we'll walk a bit further?
Sunny, tomorrow's the summer sun celebration.
It's technically not until the day after. It'll all start tomorrow night.
Yeah. So don't you want to be as rested as you can be?
Worst case scenario, Phyllis said Cantor Logic had some neat wheelchair thing that could lug me around in. I'll be there, don't worry.
Sounds good to me. I'll knock on your door sometime tomorrow morning, okay? Well, let's get you back home and recovering for now.
The lighthouse of Maritime Bay stands tall, the great white beam circling all around, illuminating the ocean for miles away.
She's coming now! Do you see the clouds?
A stallion screams, racing up the hill toward the tower. In the distance, over the crushing black waves, massive clouds of purple and red billow and grow out of nowhere, as if a volcano were rushing along the sea. Cracks of thunder rumble menacingly in the air, echoing flashes of purely pink lightning.
Are you sure this will work?
They're the elements of harmony! Oh, well, they were. If these don't stop her, we're all doomed!
Up the stairs, now!
Hurry! We can't all fly, you know!
We can argue about it later. I see her now.
Here it is, quick! The altar! Get the crystals before she destroys this thing!
Mine's in!
Mine too.
A demonic screech fills the air, shattering the glass of the lighthouse windows. Shrapnel flies into the three ponies, knocking the Pegasus to the floor. The sky outside is now pitch black, the indigo clouds completely enveloping the tower. Between the pink flashes of lightning and circling lamplight, a dark and jagged shadow of an alicorn with glowing white eyes can be seen, never in one place, rapidly flickering around the tower. The Pegasus drops their crystal into the center platform of the lighthouse, and the three watch in desperate, breathless silence as the lamplight spins slowly around.
There must be no love!
The black demon shrieks, settling in place now outside the lighthouse, blasts of wind from its wing beats flinging more broken glass at the ponies.
No more friends, no more companions. All shall hurt as I...
The lighthouse beam illuminates the demon, washing it with rainbow-colored light. As it howls in pain, the three ponies watch as her form fades away into the light, the rainbow flowing into the lamp and down into the three unified crystals. As the last vestiges of the demon's shape sucks away into the crystals, the world fades to black. An endless universe so far removed from everything, it is as if light itself has never graced its halls. Gather, crystals, lighthouse.
Izzy! Zipp!
Sunny hollered, pounding on the door. Her heart was racing 1,000 miles a minute, her voice frantic and high-pitched. The hectic smashing continued, the din dwarfed only by her own shouts.
Open up! Open up! Open up!
The door swung open sharply, Zipp and Izzy immediately filling its frame and reaching out to Sunny.
What's wrong? What is it?
Sunny recoiled from their grasp, her body practically vibrating. Sweat flung off her as she bounced in place, her mane sticking slick to her forehead.
I figured it out! I figured it all out! The nightmares, what's happened to me, and I know how to fix it!
Sunny, calm down. Have you still been having nightmares?
Izzy's ears drooped.
Yes, but it's okay! I figured it out! You need to—
Whoa, slow down. Why didn't you tell us?
Zipp asked, hurt.
Don't you trust us?
More than anything! I couldn't, but now I can! I know now! I figured it out! I'll explain when we're there.
What? There where? What are you going on about?
Sunny, why don't you come in? We'll get some tea, we'll talk this out together.
Izzy offered, stepping back and waving a hoof into their room.
I get you'd be excited to cure what's wrong, but you've got way too much energy right now. Even for me.
No! There's no time! Get your crystals and meet me at the lighthouse. Hitch! And Hitch! Go get Hitch and your crystals and meet me there. I'll explain everything, I promise.
Wait!
Sunny did not hang back to hear Zipp's concern, instead bucking into the air and prancing frantically down the hallway. In an instant, she was down the stairs, out of sight of her pursuing friends. Sunny Starscout lay on her belly atop the pile of rubble that used to be her home, flinging chunks of concrete and drywall haphazardly behind her. Above her, the stars hung, set deep in the abyss of night around her. There was hardly any moonlight, her figure illuminated only by the faint glow from Izzy's horn as she trotted up the hill.
We're here, Sunny.
Izzy caught her breath. Zipp and Hitch followed up shortly afterwards, the sheriff's mane mussy and his eyes tired.
She's just as energetic when she woke us.
Zipp whispered to Hitch, who grimaced as he sidestepped a wayward chunk of metal from Sunny's frantic clearing.
Okay, Sunny.
Hitch announced, slowly stepping forward.
Zipp tells me that you're not doing too well. A little worked up about something. You know you can talk to me, right?
Crystals!
Sunny pounded away at some large mass that blocked her process.
You brought the crystals, right?
Izzy stepped forward, her horn light revealing Sunny's cracked and bleeding hooves. Sunny slammed them down again and shattered the mess, hefting it out of the pile and to her side almost effortlessly. Hitch winced from the splinters and rocks that stuck out of Sunny's fetlocks, though they did not seem to impede her process whatsoever.
We did, but you need to let us know what's going on, okay? You gotta slow down a little. Tell us what's wrong.
He stepped forward once more, ducking as another stone sailed over his head.
My magic! It wasn't mine!
Gonna need more than that.
He placed a hoof on the base of the rubble.
The alicorn magic! It wasn't mine to have! It was hers!
Her? Who is she, Sunny?
Her! It's her magic! She's upset with me! She wants it back! I need to give it back!
Come on, Sunny.
Hitch tried a more authoritative voice.
What are you talking about? Who is she? Work with me, come on now.
He climbed up a few more steps.
Please, Hitch! The crystals! I need to get her out! I need to get her out! She's in me! And the alicorn magic! This is the only way! You need to help me! Just give me the crystals!
Alright, Sunny, that's enough.
Hitch said softly, reaching her as she scrambled like a rabbit digging a den.
Something's really wrong with you, and I think you should come with me.
Get off!
No!
At Hitch's touch upon her back, Sunny screeched, flailing around where she stood. She spun with a hoofful of rock and rebar in her grasp, and smashed it into Hitch's temple, following through so hard his body was flung to the side of the pile.
No!
Zipp and Izzy screamed as Hitch's body collapsed, lifeless to the ground. His eyes bulged out, blood and brain painting the grass pink. As they watched, Sunny stood up slowly, staring at Hitch with only the slightest hint of concern evident on her face. She stepped down off the rubble slowly, her gaze not turning from the now dull eyes that stared at her, locked in an eternal state of betrayal and shock. Reaching his body, she paused, looking at him, her mouth agape.
Sunny,
Zipp stammered, still holding her hooves to her mouth.
what have you done?
Sunny ignored her, bending down and sticking a hoof into Hitch's saddlebag instead. She pulled out the earth pony crystal, nodded happily at it once, and then turned and scrambled up the pile of rubble, continuing to clear.
No!
Zipp and Izzy screeched, leaping into the air and diving onto Sunny. They smashed into her, pinning her to the jagged rock, each of them trying to wrap their legs around her body and hold her still.
Get off! I have to do this! She's going to torture me forever! I'll never see him again unless I give it back! Get off!
Sunny shrieked, elbowing the two of them as she struggled. Her blows landed hard, but the two of them held their grasp.
Sunny, stop! Stop this! Just stop! We can talk this out, I promise, but please, stop!
Izzy! Ugh.
Zipp grunted, shifting as another knee cracked into her ribs.
Can you knock her out with magic? I think she's sleepwalking through a nightmare or something. We've got to knock her out.
I don't know. Her sparkle is like an inferno right now. I've never seen anything like it.
We'll try something.
Sunny suddenly stopped struggling against them and turned her attention back to smashing and tossing the concrete aside, still jostling and swaying the two ponies on her back.
This is it. This is the key. This is how to get her out.
She muttered, throwing one more piece of rock backwards and cutting Izzy's nose in the process. Before her, the familiar base of the lighthouse lamp came into view, the intricate etching of the Pegasus crystal front and center. Sunny's eyes widened and she gasped, redoubling her efforts at the trash and stone.
This is it. It's not the key to magic and friendship. It's the key to her. It was to get her, to trap her, to stop her. Old symbols she gave them, but they used it and she's in it. Only I took her magic. She wants it back. I need to give it back. Ugh!
Zipp leapt off of Sunny and snapped into the air, slingshotting back with one hoof outstretched. She ratcheted Sunny in the face with her punch, grabbing onto her body as her momentum spun the two of them over and launched Izzy down the pile. They came to a stop over the lamplight altar, Zipp holding Sunny's forehooves down with her own, sitting on her legs, completely pinning her. There was a moment while the two struggled, Zipp swearing at her friend, while Sunny snapped and frothed at the mouth. and then froze.
Hey, are you back? Are you with us?
There was an eruption of magic from her core, as if Sunny had turned into her namesake for a fraction of an instant. Zipp shouted as she turned away from the blinding light, and then whipped her head back to face Sunny, gasping. Orange magic enveloped her like fire, her wings colossal and fully extended. Her horn curved slightly back and spiraled to a gleaming point. Sunny hollered in animalistic rage and thrust her head forward, driving the horn straight between Zipp's ribs. Zipp tried to ask, blood cutting her off mid-word as it fountained out of her mouth and onto Sunny's chest. Sunny pulled back quickly and thrust again, the point sliding through Zipp's sternum as if it was paper, earning another hiccup of blood over her body. Sunny retracted herself, reaching up, and threw Zipp's frozen body off of herself, it too tumbling down the rocks to the ground. Sunny giggled in manic relief, rolling over and quickly standing to shaking knees, her laugh a voice that was not entirely hers. She stumbled and slid down the rocks hurriedly, reaching Zipp's body, and bent down to rummage through her saddlebag. A bolt of lilac magic shot through the air, hitting Sunny and causing her to stumble. She froze for a moment, and then smiled, fishing the Pegasus crystal out of her friend's bag and turning to face Izzy. Izzy stepped back, stopping, screaming, and shot one more bolt from her horn. It splashed impotently into Sunny's face, and the alicorn took one slow step forward.
Izzy,
Sunny said, taking another step and wrapping her friend in her magic, pulling her up off the ground.
Izzy, I just need to borrow your crystal, okay? Just give me the crystal, please. I need you to, Izzy. No, this is wrong! No!
Izzy dropped her head and looked away from the blood-soaked pony, shaking where she floated.
Come on, please, Izzy. Friends share, right? I'll give it back when I'm done. I promise. I really need it. Just give it to me. Give it to me!
You're not Sunny! This is a nightmare! I've got your knives! No! You can't have it! No!
Sunny took another step closer and slammed Izzy against the air as if it were a wall. Izzy's legs snapped flat in line with her back, and Sunny forced her chin to raise, meeting her eyes.
Please, 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 bestie.
And in her eyes, there was a flash, and Izzy screamed. She screamed as she saw Princess Twilight Sparkle present the tribes with the combined elements of harmony. She screamed as she saw the princess's last friend die in her hooves, watching the sparkle around the alicorn constrict to blackness as it happened. She screamed as she saw thousands die by the score of the unhinged princess, as survivors frantically gathered the separated symbols of unity, as the alicorn was eviscerated by rainbow light into nothing. And then she closed her eyes and swallowed hard, her throat raspy and aching from the shrieking. And through whimpers, Izzy whispered,
No.
There was a crack, and the whimpering ended. Sunny frowned, her head tilting as she observed the paralyzed unicorn in front of her. She stuck her tongue out in thought, and then nodded, determined. There came another crack, then another. One by one, Sunny's magic forced Izzy's body to move how it could not, each bone individually snapping in turn, while her body curled up smaller and smaller. Sunny furrowed her brows in effort, focusing as Izzy rapidly curled and twisted into a perfect sphere floating in the air before her. She paused and then breathed a sigh of relief. It was almost over. She just needed to get the last crystal, and now no pony was holding it back from her. She frowned, concentrating, and her horn shone a little brighter. Izzy's body squelched and squealed, issuing a dozen groans and gurgles before the unicorn crystal slowly pulled itself out of the indeterminable mass of purple and red flesh. Sunny flicked it once in the air, flinging the gore and viscera off of it. She turned around toward the rubble pile before stopping mid-stride, glancing back at the floating remains of her friend while she panted and caught her breath. She started to hum a tune, a catchy song that Izzy had sung for her when they'd first met, while ambling around until her back faced the cliffside.
This is how an alicorn hoops,
she sang, gently tossing her head back and lobbing the massive unicorn toward the rocks and waves below. Sunny sat down, taking a moment to breathe. Looking down, she saw a shadow start to spread from her, and she glanced back to see the sun rising above the ocean, the sky clear and gorgeously yellow behind her. Sunny basked in the sunlight for a moment and settled herself before standing up and stretching. She hopped lightly up the blood-spattered pile until she found the altar and could not help herself from giving a little laugh in relief. Soon she would be free of this endless nightmare, free to relax, free to sleep. She did not need Twilight's magic. All she ever wanted was a friend who could fly, or a friend who could levitate things, never once wishing it for herself anyways. She placed in one crystal, wondering to herself, how come her friends were so unwilling to help her? Clearly she was struggling, but it worked out. She had gathered the crystals and come to the lighthouse. She placed the second crystal in place, dreaming of the wonderful slumber she was going to have tonight, entirely dreamless for the first time in a month. Without hesitation, she set the last crystal in place, and then sighed happily. And then she blinked, and she was sitting in the endless void, the only source of light before her coming from the altar and crystals. A sensation of cool quietness came over her, and for the first time in weeks, Sunny could finally think clearly. Her jaw dropped slowly as she brought her hooves up, legs shaking hard as she recognized the glint of blood all over her body. Visions of her friends dying, of her killing her friends, rushed into her brain and stuck there, replaying over and over. She started to hyperventilate, started to cry, started to panic. What had she done? Why had she done it? She was just trying to get rid of the magic, right? Everything that can be done by magic may be undone. The monster spoke, stepping from the darkness towards Sunny and the altar. She was a full alicorn now, her coat lustrous, her mane flowy and ethereal. Sunny saw her once skeletal body had completely filled out with flesh. Even the teeth that had been so shattered and broken were full now, evident in a malicious grin that bore down on her.
What did you make me do? What did you make me do?
You took my magic, Twilight Sparkle said, leaning down close to Sunny, her blazing white eyes burning a hole through her soul. I figured I might as well share my pain with you too.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't give it back. I didn't know.
Sunny sobbed, burying her face in her hooves.
I didn't know!
I forgive you.
What?
Sunny lifted her head ever so slightly, cringing away from the demonic face before her. Twilight stood tall and threw her head back, laughing with a fillyish giggle that Sunny immediately recognized. She cut her laugh off suddenly, glaring down at the earth pony. Friends. She lifted a hoof and jabbed Sunny in the chest with it. You have been an awful friend. But don't feel too bad.
What?
She moved the accosting hoof over top the crystals. I forgive you, because you got me out. And suddenly, it all became clear to Sunny. She had not gotten the princess out of her mind. Twilight erupted into laughter again, stomping down onto the glowing crystals. Sunny landed hard onto nothingness, the altar and alicorn gone, leaving her there alone in the dark. She lifted her hooves one last time, drawn by the sickly reek of blood, and found she could not see them. There was no light source here, nor any magic she could call on any longer to bring it. There was nothing she could see. Nothing except her nightmares.
She's dancing in the field, and the sun is in her eyes. Thousands of one in her eyes. So she stumbles through the field. She can't see, though she tries. Should've worn her pennant. Now she stumbles. Now she cries. Her skin's red.